And he gives khutbahs around Sydney, but he's mainly based around Auburn. And mashallah, he's a very, very good speaker, and he's very good with his knowledge. So inshallah, you guys enjoy. And just one last thing, there'll be sweets being served after the lecture. So if you guys can stay behind, they'll be recommended. Assalamu alaikum.
I think might be. Tired? No, for sweets.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, let me first take my breath because it's the third floor. They didn't tell me. I wouldn't come if they told me before. For such an old man like me, it takes him ages and ages to come to this place. Alhamdulillah, first of all, I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who gathered us here in this place, in this day, and who bestowed His bounty over us all to be among the Muslim community of this country and among the Muslim community of this university. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from time to time through the history, He just elicit people, He just select some people to be the followers of the right religion, which is not easy. Allah says in the Quran, إِنَّ اللَّهَ اصْطَفَى آدَمَ وَنُوحًا وَآلَ إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَآلَ عِمْرَانَ عَلَى الْعَالَمِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has selected those prophets, and among those prophets, the followers, the true followers of those prophets, to be among the whole humanity, to be among the people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has dignified by following His path. The topic of today is about the spirit. Are you spiritually healthy? Do you feel that your spirit is healthy? What are the parameters of this healthy? What is the spirit? Where is the spirit in our bodies? And what are the diagnoses of these problems, if there is any? And what are the solutions of those problems? Very important and crucial questions that we are going to answer today, inshallah. First of all, what is the spirit? Allah says in the Quran, as an answer to this, Allah says, وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الرُّوحِ قُلِ الرُّوحُ مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي وَمَا أُوتِيتُم مِّنَ الْعِلْمِ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. Allah says, when they ask you about the spirit, tell them, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, tell them that the ruh is a matter of God, a matter of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's something belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا أُوتِيتُم مِّنَ الْعِلْمِ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. You've been given nothing except just a little amount of knowledge. Whatever you have this knowledge, is just a little amount of knowledge. It's a clear thing that as much as our knowledge is expanding in every place, we know that we don't have nothing in comparison to the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what is this spirit? And what about the scholars of Islam? What did they say about the spirit? And what's the difference between the spirit and the heart? And where is the location of the spirit inside the body? And can we touch the spirit? Can we educate our spirits? Can we seize our spirits, stop our spirits? Imam Ibn al-Qayyim and also Imam Ibn Taymiyyah, they wrote a lot about the human spirit. What is the human spirit and where is it found? Some of the scholars of Islam said it is in the mind. It is in the brain. And some of them said it is in the heart. And some of them said it is in the chest. But again, قُلِ الرُّوحُ مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي. It's a matter of the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserved for Himself. Okay? And let me give you an example. With this example, you will definitely know that the spirit is something that we deal with, something that we live with, and it's not the bodies. A man who's sleeping with his wife in the same bed from the beginning of the night, at the midnight, at 12 o'clock, he felt that his wife is not breathing. And all of a sudden, he realized that his wife has passed away. She's dead. Do you think is he going to carry on sleeping with her all the night? Is there anyone who can say, okay, I'll just keep on carrying my sleeping until the Fajr, then at the Fajr I'll take the body and I'll go to the hospital or whatever? He's not going to sleep with her. Why? Because the spirit is not there. What we're speaking about is not the body. We are speaking about the education of the spirit. Is the spirit the heart? The recent foundations, the recent experiment, especially the medical one, proved that the spirit is not in the heart. Because they have something related to the heart. Sometimes they amputated some hearts of some people. And they replaced the hearts with some other, hearts of some other people. But again, the spirit is still there. What if we take a man from the northern hemisphere of the globe, and we took his heart? If we take his heart and replace it by the heart of a man from the southern sphere of the globe, is he going to be changed? Is he going to be another man with another language? Or is it just an organ in the body? It's like the hand. It's like any other organ in the body. It's the pump of the blood inside the body. That's why the spirit is not in the heart. The spirit in a place in the body that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only one who knows what is this spirit. Okay? The spirit is a matter of God, a matter of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nobody can do anything of it. And 20 years ago, when there was something called the Soviet Union, one of the scholars there, he spent 20 years in the laboratory. All of his experiments were on one thing: how to bring the spirit to one cell. And he spent all the time. And he made a lot of experiments and a lot of discoveries and a lot of, formulas. And he ended up with something that the spirit is something that cannot be created by human beings. And this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says. قُلِ الرُّوحُ مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي. They can create whatever. They created the tissues. They formulated the blood. They made a lot of comparisons between the blood, the human blood and the manufactured blood. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also preserved the spirit. And without the spirit, nothing can do anything. The spirit is the responsible factor for the first cell when it divides into two, then the two into four, and so forth, until the body is full in the shape. Allah says in the Quran, فَإِنَّهَا لَا تَعْمَى الْأَبْصَارِ وَلَكِنْ تَعْمَى الْقُلُوبُ الَّتِي فِي الصُّدُورِ. Sometimes you find some people blind. They are blind, but you think that you see them looking at you. The blindness is not by the vision or the sight. The blindness is by something else, something beyond this. That's why sometimes you find someone who's looking for, and this happened to me so many times, who's looking for my glasses, and it is on my eyes. And one of the times I broke them. I said, is it on my eyes? Then I broke them. It was on my eyes. Because I'm not looking with my eyes, I'm looking with something else. That's why the Prophet ﷺ spoke about farasatul mu'min. What is the farasatul mu'min? It is one of the characteristics that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has endowed the believer, the true believers with. It is something that you can see. It is not a prophecy. It is not something like the magicians or whatever. No, but it is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives this life to some certain people. That's why a man came to Uthman radiallahu anhu. When he entered to Uthman, Uthman said, Allahu Akbar, ayazni ahadukum wa yadkhulu alayna. He said, Allahu Akbar. One of them may commit adultery with his eyes and he comes and he enters to us. Then the man said, Allahu Akbar. Anubu'atun ba'da Muhammad. He said, God greatest. Is it a prophethood after Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Because the man knew that he did this thing and nobody else saw him except he himself. But Uthman said this. Then Uthman said, إِنَّهَا فَرَاسَةٌ صَادِقَةٌ. It is the light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is the farasa. It is the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that gives some people to see some things. Then this is the meaning of ar-ruh when it is enlightened. This is the meaning of ar-ruh when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants the light of His guidance to be, shine on that ruh. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned the diseases of this ruh. And in Quran, by the way, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the ruh, He mentions them sometimes interchangeably with the qalb or qulub or the heart. When it is mentioned in the Quran, Allah does not mean the organ inside the body. Allah just means the spirit itself. The Prophet ﷺ says in the hadith, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَنْظُرُ إِلَى صُوَرِكُمْ وَلَا إِلَى أَشْكَالِكُمْ وَلَكِنْ يَنْظُرُ إِلَى قُلُوبِكُمْ. Allah does not look at your shapes. Allah does not look at your appearances. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looks at your hearts.